Hello and welcome to the round 21 review for Supercoach 2022. It's George from Fantasy Take TV. This week we scored 2,527 into rank 1,783. So we went up in the ranks this week, which is good, but I do feel like a lot went our way. Stuart scored, he's probably lowly owned anyway, but he scored like sub 50 or something. Sean Darcy was negative 50 against Oscar McInerney. That feels like a miracle. I think we've been lost points in that position just about every week, so got one back. And hallelujah, the orange team, GWS, tagged Zach Merrett. And I've been waiting for this, and I very much enjoyed Zach Merrett check out in that game because he's been unbelievable the past 2 months or so, and not this week, which was great for us. So a bit of relief there finally. So yeah, that was good for us, and yeah, helped us go up in the ranks. But we're not going to get those 3 points every week. I fully expect Zach Merrett to go 120 again next week, and Sean Darcy to bounce back, and Stuart's not scoring 50 again. Yeah, when Stuart has to play on an opponent, he has these meltdown games. So I'd probably do what they can so that he doesn't have to play on anybody. So see how we go. But yeah, no trades left. We used our last trades on, I think it was 2 weeks ago now, Hewitt to Dale. We were a week late on that, so we should have done that the week Hewitt was out because we did hold him, thinking it could be a week, so that was a stuff up. And we could have got to a better defender if we did that as well, so it is what it is. And then our final trade, Petrarca to Steele, has been an ultra mega fail. Steele was injured on the AFL app. Apparently it was an ankle or something, but he played out the game, so I'm not too sure. But oh boy, hopefully he's all good. So yeah, that trade was a huge failure because now we might have to deal with Paddy Cripps. Well, we can't deal with him. We just have to hope he gets off because he KO'd somebody pretty badly. So I'm not too sure what's going to happen there. I think Hobbs, Owens, or Connor McDonald will need to cover him and hope for the best. So hopefully he gets a week. I don't think he'll get off. I'm not too sure, but yeah, if you concuss a dude, I think you're always going to be in significant trouble. But yeah, our VC was Oliver, which was the correct play apart from Dunkley, and into Rory Laird, and I think we're just going to use those two for the rest of the year. Laird plays North, so that's easiest VC you can have, and just check the C on Oliver. So Oliver versus Carlton. Carlton probably have no Hewitt, no Kennedy, maybe possibly no Cripps. So Oliver should have a field day in the clearances there. So I'll see how we go. But yeah, defense was okay. Dale was very disappointing. They decided that Caleb Daniel should take Hickins, who's regressed significantly as a player, and Treloar, reading Big Footy comments, he can't defend apparently. So yeah, I'm not sure. I'm surprised they continued with that. I thought they threw him back in the midfield, but yeah, they threw him down back again. So Dale's kick-ins were affected. Dale had a few clangers, wasn't his best game. So I think this was his worst score for the year. So that's not ideal considering we've had him for 2 weeks. They play the Giants. They don't tag Dale. They're going to tag Bont probably. They always target Bont, so maybe that happens, or Libra or something. I'm not too sure. So yeah, that's a bit disappointing, but yeah, I thought it would have been nice for him to go 100 to put 50 on Stuart, but Stuart will probably get one back on him next week. Doherty was good. Short was good for fantasy, not for Supercoach. And Crisp, we got a ton from Crisp. I think that's his first one in 2 months. So we take that. We have no defensive cover. So I think all our options down back are fairly durable. Dawson doesn't really miss games. Short doesn't miss. Crisp doesn't miss. And Dale doesn't miss. Doherty's had a little bit of history, of course we know. And then Sicily has no soft tissue history, so hopefully we're all good there because I don't think we're not getting any defenders back this year. Yeah, they're continuing to play Mac Andrew over Thompson, I assume, slightly different positions, but yep, it looks like, and Buku's gone as well, so it probably wouldn't have mattered, so it's whatever. Midfield was okay this week. So Laird and Oliver, M1, M2, looks like Neil's thereabouts. Neil might cop a tag this week, so probably not going to bother with the VC on him. Took was tagged by Finn McGinnis, so it's fine, he worked through that. Also, Laird was really good today. It's pretty exciting to see him kick 2 goals early in his 200th, so that was good for him. Yeah, Clary unreal, still very disappointing. I thought I was going to get 125, 130 average, and Petrarca probably does well and throws in a bad one, but it's been the complete opposite. So yeah, just a horrible trade. And I think the problem is, one of the problem with this is when you know you've made a bad trade, when you trade someone out and you worry that they're going to do well. And Petrarca scored, 190 about a month or about 6 weeks ago now or something. So that's always on the cards. So yeah, that's when I knew that trade was a mistake. But hopefully still bounces back. Walsh is a little disappointing today. Couldn't get his hands on it early. Cripps was okay. Contested balls carrying him. And McRae apparently played a little bit on the wing. So that's not great. Rucks were really, really good. So sometimes they're donkeys and sometimes they're good. So that's good. And Teakle's some nice cover as well. We can't really get him, can't really do anything with him unless we get it out in here, but we can kind of swap him with English, but it doesn't really accomplish anything. So yeah, forward line was pretty solid. So we did hold Cogs, kind of didn't really have a choice anyway, but that was good. He did roll his ankle though, so hopefully he's all good. Parker's solid, Dunk's outstanding. Love to see Dunkley back. How's he going? 3 round of 117. So last 2 weeks have been good. English has been terrible. Just the disposal count. He was a sure bet for 20 plus every week, and now it's just nowhere near it. Brody's actually been quite poor the last 5, 85 average. So yeah, after the bye he was good, and then just the last 5 have been a bit down. I guess the Dogs matchup is difficult, so it's whatever. So nothing really to discuss at the moment. So no trades this week. Discussed our captains already. Yeah, I guess we'll probably try and finish top 2K. I think next year it's just going to be about nailing the value picks, just because we missed. Didn't start Sicily or Cripps, just on the back foot straight away. And even like the value route of going Wits, because in hindsight, Wits was always going to increase a bit in price, and Gorn was always going to come down a bit in price. So even though I would have expected Wits to average 85, he was still probably would have made 50 to 80k minimum. But yeah, it's turned out he's been one of the best rucks, top 2 ruck this year. So maybe just look for a bit more value. I do like some value picks in the midfield next year. I think Ashcroft and maybe Dev Robertson gets a bit more of a go in Brisbane's midfield, with the Lions and Zorko getting much older. I like Josh Ward. I know he's a second-year player next year, but I think he's shown he can hit 30 touches. He's pretty advanced and just got off to a bit of a shaky start. So I think Ward will be about 380k. So I think he can do 90, 95. It's probably not worth it for the price, but it just means you wait for the other mids to come down. I don't think I can start Oliver for 700. Laird will be 700. I like Laird, but 700's a lot, so I'm not too sure. Neil I won't start. He'll be too much for a 30-year-old. Who else in the midfield? Jacob Hopper has been really, really poor. So I think he's going to be priced at 300 odd. So yeah, I'm just talking about 2023 now, but that's what I'm kind of thinking about for next year for midfielders, something like that. But you see how their preseason goes. I think Hobbs will be forward, Connor McDonald will be forward, but they're going to need a high CBA role and a lot of improvement over the preseason. I like Connor McDonald's inside work, but they've barely used him there. And I think Hobbs has probably been, his better work has been at half forward than at clearance. So see how they go in the preseason. And Saligo is going to keep getting CBAs, so see how he goes. But yeah, hopefully we get some mid prices in defense, just because it's going to be too many overpriced. Like Sicily's going to be 620, 630. It's going to be too much. Dawson's going to be expensive. Sinclair's going to be way too much. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting next year. But yeah, I think we'll talk about that on podcasts towards the end of, or maybe this week, maybe the week after. I don't know, but we'll see. But yeah, see how we go. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys soon.